everyone. I wanted to go over today something that I'm asked a lot, especially by new distributors. And I wanted to talk to you about what you should be doing every day and how you should schedule your day to be the most productive. This is probably like finding that balance with this work and regular work and your home life and all of that is probably when you're first getting started, it's a difficult balance to find. And so I kind of wanted to talk to you about what I have learned and what I have done, and maybe it'll help you. So when I joined, I was working full time. I was working like over 50 hours a week, really. And I was like a single mother. My husband and I worked separate work shifts, and our daughter was in daycare all day, and then I would go get her when I finally got off of work, and I would come home and Ben would be at work, and so it was all on me to take care of her and the house and everything. So I know what it's like to kind of like try to balance everything and do it all. And I love what Dave Ramsey says. Dave Ramsey says that those who win at anything have a plan and they execute that plan. Your key really in finding what works for you, the balance that works for you, is getting measurable written goals and writing them out each and every day and then executing that, doing that. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. So most people who join, I'd say like 90% of people who join already have jobs, right? I mean, very few people have money, so they're like, I'll join, it works. Most people are already working, and so they add this on their plate. So what I want to say first off is don't let a job, don't let a family be an excuse to not work your business. People who are busier than you are rocking this business right now. So a job, a family, all of that's no excuse. That should be motivation to just work harder. If you want a good example of somebody who is busier than anybody else and who's killing this business is Lynn Farr. Lynn Farr she's either triple or presidential. She's at least triple diamond. I feel like she might be presidential. Anyway, she has 7 children, and she's a single mother, and she was working more than full-time when she joined this business. 7 kids, single mom, more than full-time work, and she went triple diamond doing that. So I promise you, there are people who are busier than you who are rocking this business. So don't let work be an excuse. Don't let family be an excuse. Use that as motivation to do better. So let's talk about, first of all, what you should be doing every day. So I use an Emily Lay planner. This is like, for me, it's everything. This is my go-to. I have this with me all the time. I have stuff written all in here. It plans out my days, it plans out my weeks, it plans out my months. I absolutely love this planner, but you don't have to spend a lot of money on a planner, but I would highly recommend investing in one. This is just one that I love. You can get them for like $5 at Target and Walmart. Invest in a planner, and then every day you need to write down, I've got like, I don't know, maybe 10 things here, every day that you should be doing. Like, these things are written in my planner, and I do not go to bed until these things are all done, until I've checked off everything on my list. So when you're first starting out, all of these things should be on your list. Now, as you promote and get a bigger team and, things start growing for you, like, some of these things will change. But the general idea here applies to everybody. So if you want to jot some of these down so you've got these really close so you can start adding these to your daily to-do list, I promise you, if you will do these things every day, your business will grow. I promise you. Now, I'm not saying do all of these in one sitting. Like, you don't have to sit down and have 6 or 8 hours, devoted completely to It Works to get all of these things done. I'm not saying that. We're going to talk about how to incorporate these into your day. But just jot these down. These are things you should be doing every single day to grow your business. The first thing is you should be adding between 200 and 300 people a day on Instagram. That's like, to me, it should be at least 200. And again, this is not all at one time. So don't like, how am I going to add 200 people? It's not all at once. But in a day's time, you should see the amount of people that you are following go up between 200 and 300 at a bare minimum. When I joined, I was actually following like 500 people a day. So I would make it a goal to do 200 to 300 people a day minimum. The next thing, you should be adding about 20 people a day on Facebook. Obviously, that's a way less than Instagram, but Facebook doesn't allow you to add that many people. So Instagram, you can do hundreds. Facebook, you're looking at about 20. Let Facebook suggest friends for you. It has that smart search, and it will recommend people to you that you probably know based on mutual friends. So use that. It's a really simple tool. I go add, because Facebook puts them all there for me. So add 20 people a day on Facebook. The next thing is you should be posting at least 6 times a day. Okay? Do not be overwhelmed by that. Okay? I rarely ever posted before I joined this business. I had never taken a selfie. I didn't know what I was doing. You don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Turn on the post notifications for your enroller, for your upline, from some ambassador diamonds or presidential diamonds, and just copy and paste what they use. You don't have to be original when you're first starting out. You'll get the hang of it eventually, and before long, 6 posts a day won't feel like a lot. But make it a bare minimum that you're going to post at least 6 times a day using our 3-3 rule, right? So you've got a good mix of business posts and product posts and, filler posts like your family and inspirational quotes and things like that. Okay, the next thing you should be doing, at least 10 people a day that you personally know should be hearing from you about the business or the products. People that you know. So this is your warm market. This is where your hundreds list comes into play. Print out your hundreds list from the document library and update that all the time. Make sure you're constantly putting new people that you've met on there. And every single day you should be messaging 10 people at least. Hey, I know this is crazy, this is random, but I'm working this job and gosh, I think you would be amazing at this. Would you be interested in making an extra $500 a month? Or, hey, so-and-so, I've got this big goal that I'm trying to reach with my work, with my business, with It Works. Would you be willing to purchase a product from me to help me reach that goal? 10 people should be hearing your voice or receiving a very personal text message. I prefer the phone call. Should be hearing your voice every single day about your business from your warm market. That's 10 people. Okay, the next thing is sending 25 cold messages on, and we're calling this Instagram blitzing, from either Instagram or Facebook, messaging at least 25 people, reaching out to them. If they've liked your post about something, send them a message. Like if they liked a business post that you did, send them a message like, hey, thank you so much for all the love on my post. I really appreciate you taking the time to look at my profile. If you are ever interested in this business, I really think you could be amazing at it. Did you have any questions? 25 people that you don't know should be getting a message from you every single day from either Facebook or Instagram or both. The next thing is following up with potential distributors and potential loyal customers. This will obviously grow, like you'll be able to do this more as you get more potential loyal customers and distributors. You don't have to save this for just Fridays. I know we have Follow-Up Friday. You don't have to just save that for Fridays. You can do that anytime. I actually think that Sundays are a really great day to follow up with people. Most people are off of work. Most people are at home relaxing. And they're not really that busy. So I have found that for me, Sundays are a really good day to follow up with people. So don't be trapped into this idea like, I followed up with her last week, I can't reach out to her again. Sure you can. It takes the average person 7 to 10 times of being contacted, like a follow-up, before they're ready to purchase or join. So if you're following up once a week with people, you're talking like between 2 and 3 months it's going to take for somebody to join. So every single day you should be following up with somebody, okay? The next thing, if you have any distributors under you, so if you have any teammates, one thing you should be doing every day is checking in on your team, okay? They need to know that you're there. They need to know that you're willing to help them. Be checking in with your team every single day. If you just signed a new distributor, make sure they know what they're doing. Make sure they have all the help that they need. If you are new, okay, so let's say you don't have anybody under you just yet. If you aren't new, then you should be reaching out to your enroller or your upline when you do need help. This is vital to your business. When you join, we do not expect you to know everything. Nobody does. I'm still learning things. So don't feel like you have to have it all together. You're not a bother to anybody when you ask questions. So day in and day out, as you're going through your business and you're learning things, when you have questions, ask. We expect you to ask, because if not, we don't think that you need any help. So two ends of the spectrum there. If you have a team, make sure you're checking in with them every day. Secondly, if you don't have a team, make sure that you're checking in with your enroller or your upline as you need help. The next thing is every single day, this is something I do every single day. You should be doing at least one thing to build your business, like personal development. So for me, I watch one YouTube video every single day to help my business. I follow like all of the Ambassador Diamonds, Jocelyn Yates, Jade Hooper, Alyssa Bilyeu. I mean, like everybody on YouTube. And when they post videos that are helpful to my business, I clear out time every single day to watch one of those videos. And it ranges from everything, like how to sign loyal customers, how to, everything you can imagine. I will watch a video on it because I want to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to make my business better. So every day, make sure that you're doing something. For me, it's watching YouTube videos that leaders post. For you, it can be something different. I mean, you just find what works for you. For me, that's what's worked. I use YouTube as a tool, and I watch training videos every single day. And then finally, the last thing that I wrote down that you should be doing every day is blitzing 3 new people a day. Blitzing can be so scary to people, but it doesn't have to be. Blitzing is something that now is coming really natural for me. And I love what Cami Dempsey says. Cami Dempsey says, blitzing doesn't get easier, you just get stronger. The longer that you do this, the more natural you become at it, and you get stronger and better at doing it. I wouldn't like throw a coupon in somebody's face and like, have you tried that crazy wrap thing? For me, I let it come up naturally. Like if I'm at the gym and I'm, next to somebody who's, running on the treadmill, and I, casually bring up, oh, hey, are you here at the gym before you're headed to work? No, I'm not. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Oh, so am I. I actually work from home. Oh, what do you do? And it just flows naturally. Let a conversation come up where it's not forced or strained. Just be yourself, and because you love It Works, it should just exude from you. I'm constantly wearing my gear. Anytime I go out, like 90% of the time I have on It Works clothing, and I'm shocked at how often people ask me what works. And it's just like, it's an open door for me. So invest in a shirt. This was like $25 for the shirt. Invest in a shirt and wear it out all the time. I watched a video of a girl who said she could only afford one shirt when she first joined. So she literally wore her shirt every day of the week. She would go home and wash it so she could wear it the next day. If you can only invest in one, just invest in one. Wear it all the time and just blitz 3 new people every single day. So I do want to stress, like, that's a lot of things to do, but you don't have to do it all in one sitting. I feel like our biggest mistake is we get overwhelmed by doing all of this. Like, how in the world am I going to add 300 people and post 6 times and blitz 3 new people? And it gets overwhelming. And when we feel like we can't do it all at once, then we don't do anything at all. Like, we almost like shut down. But these things do not have to be done all at once. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about now, about scheduling your time and using your time throughout your day wisely. So again, what Dave Ramsey says, those who win at anything have a plan, okay? And remember the old adage, those who fail to plan, plan to fail, right? So here's what I want everybody to do, whether you're new, old, you've been in the business for as long as I have, however long you've been in. This applies to everybody. I still do this. I use my planner every day. For me, it's got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like every hour throughout my day that I can literally sit down and write out a plan for my entire day. I want you, and obviously it's going to take some adjusting and some getting used to it first, but this is the way that you can succeed at this, is if you plan every minute of your day. And I realize that can seem overwhelming, but I promise you, if you can get a working plan together where you have all of your time measured out, you will find that you get so much more done than if you're just like, I've got like to post like 6 times in the next hour. Like, that's when it gets overwhelming. So instead of doing that, let's talk about scheduling your day effectively so you can fit this all in. So if you schedule your day, if you plan your day out, you will find that you can actually accomplish way more than what you could if you don't schedule your day. So first, I want to talk and say that this is going to vary for everybody. What works for me might not work for you. A lot depends on your job. A lot depends on your children and sports schedules and church activities, and I get that. So this is unique to everybody. I'm just going to kind of share what works for me. So the first thing that everybody needs to develop, this is vital to your business, this changed my business, is you're going to start using what we call power hours, okay? Power hours are times throughout your day when you can literally sit down and do nothing else but It Works, where you are totally focused on just It Works and It Works alone. So when I first joined, I was working full time, more than 50 hours a week. So I knew that if I was going to have like uninterrupted time to work, it was going to have to be first thing in the morning, really early in the morning, and then after I put Callie to bed at night. So I knew that if I could get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, I could work from like 5 to 6:30 completely uninterrupted. I wouldn't have to worry about her waking up. I wouldn't have to worry about my other job. I wouldn't have to worry about anything else. I could just focus solely on It Works. So I did that. Like an hour and a half every morning I had solely devoted to It Works. Then I knew at night when I put her to bed at 8:30, I knew that I could work for the next 2 hours completely uninterrupted, and I wouldn't have to worry about, taking care of her or doing laundry or cooking supper or anything like that. I knew that that time was just It Works time. And when you have those designated power hours, you can forget about everything else and just focus solely on that. So I realize like not everybody can do early morning and not everybody can do like late evening. So find what works for you. Now in this phase of life that I'm in right now, this time of day, it's like 2:45 right now. My husband leaves for work at like 1 or 1:30, and I go to pick up Callie at 3. So I've got like 2 hours carved in my afternoon now where I have uninterrupted time, which is why I'm doing this video right now, because these are my power hours. I have nothing else to do but focus on It Works right now, and I'm super productive during this time of the day because this is all that I'm focusing on. So figure out at least 2 times in your day where you can carve out what we call power hours and do nothing else but It Works during that time. The next thing is, then you need to schedule small times throughout your day where you can devote 10 to 15 minutes of your time doing It Works, okay? So when I was working, I knew that I would have a lunch break. So during my lunch break, I would be eating my lunch and then I would be doing It Works stuff as well. Maybe like while you're cooking supper, you throw something in the oven and you've got like 10 or 15 minutes before the timer goes off. Schedule small amounts of time throughout your day where you can do small measurable goals for It Works. Such as, so I said follow 200 to 300 people a day on Instagram. Well, you can't do that all in one sitting. Instagram won't allow it. but you can follow 60 people an hour. So if you set aside at 6 o'clock tonight while your supper's cooking, if you post one time and if you follow 60 people, that might take you 10 minutes. I mean, at the very most, it would take you 10 minutes. Bam. Just like that. You used that time to be productive instead of squandering it and then letting so much time pass throughout your day where you've done nothing with it works. So schedule time where it's 10 to 15 minutes at the most every hour or two throughout your day and squeeze in things. So when you do your power hours, you can get in things like following up with your potential loyal customers and distributors, messaging 10 new people about the business or the products. Then you can cold message 25 people. But when you have those tiny blocks of time, the 5, 10, 15 minutes where you can devote just to It Works throughout your day, that's when you can do smaller things like following 60 people or adding 20 people on Facebook or posting something about the business. That's much smaller time, and you will find that you can be so much more productive if you do that. Another thing that I wanted to say is schedule working and non-working times, okay? One of the biggest misconceptions about this business, and Pam Souter talked about this the other day, is that a lot of people think that when you work from home, you have to work all the time, that you never have any time off. And that's not the case. You can schedule time, family time, personal time, just like you would anything else. Schedule it in. If you want to have 30 minutes of game night, you want to play Candyland with your kid before they go to bed, or, maybe you are doing some type of organized sport, like you and your friends go play volleyball on a certain night. Schedule it in. Don't feel guilty about it. That's time that you have devoted to yourself. Schedule it in and then do it and enjoy it. Schedule both working and non-working times. Now, this is kind of one thing that I really wanted to dwell on here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about guilt. A lot of times when we have a work from home business and you feel like you have to work all the time, a lot of times guilt comes into play in every aspect. If you're working your business too much, you feel guilty that you're not giving more of yourself to your family. If you're giving yourself too much to your family, then you feel guilty for not working your business more. And that's why I think it is so important to schedule your time. Scheduling every minute of your day and telling your time what to do, like 3 to 4 is this time, 4 to 5 is this time. Schedule it, be unapologetic about it, and just do it. Say goodbye to guilt. My husband says all the time, turn off the guilt. Turn it off. Just let yourself do what you told yourself you were going to do. There is no reason to feel guilty about working. There is no reason to feel guilty about taking a break from work to be with your family, okay? There's a healthy balance there that you have to find. Just because you work from home doesn't mean that you have to work 23 hours a day. But at the same time, because you work from home doesn't mean that you can only devote 30 minutes of time to your business every day. Have a scheduled plan, lay it out, and then execute that plan. Never, ever feel guilty about your scheduled time. It's like a budget. You tell your time where to go, and then use it and spend it unapologetically. Don't let your why become your excuse. 99% of us join this business because we have a really strong why. For me, at the top of my list of joining It Works, it was for my husband and my baby. Do not let them become your excuse to stop working. I'm going to be really frank here, and just very transparent and open. People join this business, and, they're super excited and they go all in, and eventually they kind of fizzle out and they start using excuses like, well, my child's seeing me on my phone all the time. My husband thinks all I ever do is work. That's just an excuse, is really what it boils down to. You're just using them as a scapegoat because you don't want to work your business. And that's really just what it is. It is okay for your children to see you working. Now, I firmly believe that there should be times throughout your day that your child and your spouse have your undivided attention. I'm the first person to admit that. I think that's important, and I think it makes a healthy marriage and a healthy relationship with you and your child. But schedule that time, okay? Like, there are times when my baby needs me. Like, some of our important times throughout the day are dinner time, bath time, bedtime. She sees me without my phone. It's just me and her. We're focused in. We're having a great time. I'm enjoying her and she's enjoying me. But there's nothing wrong, guys, with her seeing me working. There's not. Because you have to keep the bigger picture in mind here, okay? So a lot of times people think like, I can't let my kids see me working all the time. Okay, by that logic, instead of building a life and a legacy then where you can quit your job and stay home full time, instead you're going to stop working your business or not work your business, and instead you're going to go to work full time every day for the rest of their lives. Okay, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Right? So you have to keep the bigger picture in mind here. You are building a life for them of freedom. So yes, it may be a couple of years of really hard work, but you know what? My daughter is going to see me busting my tail to provide her with a life that is far better than I could have ever imagined for her. If she's going to see me working, it's not going to be me dropping her off at daycare, going to work for 8 or 10 hours a day, and never seeing her. At least with this, when she's seeing me work, we're together. This is just, I'm laying a foundation. Yes, I work a lot. Yes, she sees me working, but I am unapologetic for that. I feel absolutely no guilt for my child seeing me work because she's going to know that she has a mother who did anything and everything she could to be present with her every minute of every single day. And that's exactly how you should feel. Never ever apologize or feel guilty that you are investing in your future, that you are investing in your family, and that you are investing in creating a financial stability that will provide them with a lifetime of a present mother or father. Don't apologize for it. Your children can see you working. That's what it boils down to. Now, again, let me reiterate. I do believe that there are times in your day where your child should have your undivided attention, but don't let that guilt creep in where you think, oh, they can't let me see that, I can't let them see me working. I'm not going to do anything until they go to bed, because then again, you're allowing yourself to be trapped in that life where you are working full time. So it's let them see you working really, really hard for a couple of years to where you're free for the rest of their lives, or every day for the next 18 years of their lives until they move out of your house, you leave them for 8 or 10 hours a day. Okay, obviously there's no question there which one you want to do. That's just my soapbox. So that's what I wanted to say about scheduling your day. The next thing that I wanted to say is learn to ask for help. Okay, when it comes to scheduling your day, learn to ask for help. You have an enroller and you have an upline for a reason. We are here to help you. Don't ever feel overwhelmed in your business. If you are starting to feel overwhelmed or like you can't do this, or you desperately need help with something, reach out to your enroller, reach out to your upline. I had to do this just last month. I felt like my head was spinning for like a couple of weeks. And so instead of getting discouraged and instead of like closing up and clamming up and not doing anything, I knew I needed help. So I reached out to our uplines. I reached out to Kara and Ingrid and I was like, guys, I need help. Can you guys help me? And they did. I got out of my funk. I worked harder than ever. I ended the month stronger than I could have ever imagined. So utilize your upline. Like, that's why we're here. We are here to help you. If it comes to something at home, like your home life, don't be afraid to ask your spouse for help, or ask, if you still live at home, ask a parent for help, or, if you have a roommate, ask a roommate for help. Like, guys, this is just temporary, okay? You are investing in what we call residual income. Okay, that's what network marketing is, where you do a whole lot of work to lay the foundation. But I promise you, it's not always going to be this difficult. Even now, like if I felt like I needed to step away from my business, I could, because of the power of residual income. Like if I got really sick and needed to take a day or two off, I can do that at this point because I've worked really hard to build a solid team of people underneath of me. So know that it's not forever, right? But learn to ask for help too. Sit down with your spouse. Listen, I really want to make this work. I know that I can do this, but I need your help doing this, this, and this. Can you please help me with it? Asking for help is not a sign of weakness. Asking for help and encouragement does not make you any less of a business owner or a husband or a wife or a mother or a father. When you need help, learn to ask for it. And then the last thing that I wanted to say is learn to give yourself grace. Okay, I'm really hard on myself. I'll be the first person to admit that, like, when something goes wrong, it kind of like derails me because I live and die by a plan and I hate change. But learn to give yourself grace. Like, you're learning as you're going. Nobody expects you to be perfect. As you're perfecting this schedule life and, you know, you're getting everything together, it won't always go according to plan. Like, some nights you will fall asleep on the couch at 8:30 instead of working your business. It happens, okay? Get up, dust yourself off, say tomorrow's a new day, and start over and execute the next day. So learn to give yourself grace. It's not going to be perfect every single time. So anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I hope that helps scheduling your day, scheduling every minute of your day, working and non-working hours. Say no to the guilt, learn to ask for help, and give yourself grace. I hope this helps, guys.